Hey y'all, your girl Alex here for lunch chat with Alex. We got a lot of stuff we're gonna get to today, so I'm super pumped you're here. We're making up from last week, or not last week, Wednesday. It feels like last week. The time has gone by super quick. I don't know about y'all, but like I am still processing. We are quite literally at Christmas time. My kids should be home really any time. I don't know if y'all got grades. Oh, yep, here they come. We have a half day today, and then we're on Christmas break. Oh, y'all, I'm not looking forward to this. It is literally almost 3 weeks long. It is like ours is 19 days. We're in Texas. I don't know where y'all are at. But yeah, ours is almost 3 weeks, and this is gonna be fun. A set of Irish twins and a 2-year-old who recently figured out he is his own person, his own voice. He will let you know what is up when he decides. Hello, can I get an amen to all the toddler parents out there? I know y'all hear me because this is not my kid. This is like the 2-year-old development age phenomenon, which is really funny because I always joke, y'all, if I have families who adopt my puppies, I breed Pomskis, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know, and I got 2 very pregnant moms that I'm looking at. We're going to make them some treats. Super excited. But they literally also go through the same developmental leaps. Theirs is just much faster, so it's a lot easier to deal with. So any young couples who recently got married, not ready to have kids yet, adopting a puppy is a fantastic way to see if y'all are ready, work out all the kinks. That, I think, for me personally was like the hardest part. We didn't quite go through all of that quite yet. We did have 2 dogs right before, and that was quite the eye-opener, let me tell you. So just a word of advice for everyone else finding themselves in that boat: adopt a puppy. It's Christmas time. These girls are due the 27th and 28th. So right after Christmas. So we're going to have some puppy meditations when they get here. Oh, I'm excited to share our program with y'all. It's so amazing. You're talking spiritually, just grounding. I didn't understand really, I didn't have a term for it for the longest time. And all I ever called it was soul work. We are doing soul experiences with these puppies. It's amazing, and I'm super excited because these guys are coming up, beautiful little puppers. But yeah, so we are going to start with some of our dog treats today. These, I'll have the link in them. I'm not sponsored by them. I really should be. I talk about these types of things a lot, but I do like Kong because they have that heavy duty. What you doing? Speaking of 2-year-olds, they're these heavy duty ones, right? And these are perfect because if y'all look at them, they're nice and easy to clean out, right? And they come in different shapes. These are the ones I use with my puppies when I start to condition them on all things toys and stimulation. Can't run off with it. You can have it. No, you can't chew on it. You probably would love to chew on it. Can you say hi? Hey, can you say hi? Yeah. This is Anthony. My teething, bossy, very just independent little boy. Can't have it though. But yeah, so these are fantastic, right? They're fantastic for teething, for treats, for whatever you want. The fantastic part is, y'all, when you exhaust your pup mentally, you will have a calm pup who's not trying to run around inside if it's raining and you're not really trying to shove them outside because then you got to clean them, and it's a mess. It's frustrating, right? And so they're looking at me because they want to go outside. But yeah, I know, even babies like it. Who knew? Yeah. He's teething something fierce too, and this is perfect for teething puppies, right? That's one of the things I help put my puppies onto. They get into those royal mouthy stage, before they go home, and these are so fantastic to wear out an entire litter of puppies, because then when you go in there, right, and you go into their pen, they're like, oh, we're kind of energized, but then what's awesome is you get to catch them performing something good, and you get to capture that with them, and you get to reward them and love them on for doing the good things, and they're like, oh, I'm so tired, but I just want to love you. I'm so wanting to get you. Want milk, please? Can you say please? Please? Thank you. No, thank you. You want my drink? Oh, he's looking at, we're rocking the Elsa, right? This is amazing, y'all. This is my favorite. I don't want the baby to have it because it has some coffee in it. But this is, I go to night school and everything else. It's my favorite pick me up. It's coffee, okra. There's frozen okra in here. Yes, I'm not joking. No, I'm not crazy. And it tastes, obviously, tastes amazing. I'm going to have a jazzed up baby before nap, right? We're going to be getting to this stuff too. This is it's called Trim Healthy Mama. I'll have their links in the description. They're not a paid contributor. It's just a thing I love. I am in the works of getting a health coach on board where she actually knows how all of this works, because it is a little bit of a change, but it's so worth it. No, baby, all done. All done. No. No, thank you. All done. We are going to be bringing to you guys these amazing preservative-free. I'll be right back. That's nap time cue. Whew, nap time, y'all. I know I can get an amen. That is like the greatest time of the day. It's like the angels are singing. It's so beautiful. So, like we were talking about, these are amazing, right? Fantastic for teething, fantastic for all kinds of life stages, whatever you want, or even just trying to get your baby like a nice little treat, right? So, we got our peanut butter here, right? There was some word, I couldn't find any more information on it, but there was some word that I had come across saying there were some peanut butter companies who supposedly changed their formula to include, I believe it's called Zydol. I'll post that too, the information. Just double check your ingredients because what it is, xanthan. That's what it is for. They use it. I mean, I use it in cooking. It's fantastic as like a natural thickener. But the problem is it is very poisonous to dogs. So just double check if you do decide to use peanut butter, cream cheese, fresh fruit, summertime. I'll usually do like the treats like this and the frozen chicken broth. It's amazing for like a frozen treat. All right, so we're gonna get into this. And my girls have been watching me. They've been eyeing me for a hot minute. So how was your guys' week going? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm looking at the chat. Y'all are so sweet. He's a ham, y'all. He's a little cranky. I wasn't expecting him to stay up this late, but such is life. Yeah, he's amazing. Typical two-year, right? Why did I do that? That was, I don't know if y'all been feeling it. The ascension and everybody going into that shift. My brain, that is one side effect I've come across. I'm like, oh, it just left the building. I was like, where'd it go? Come back. I need you. I don't know if anyone else is having some of those side effects. You guys talk about it in the chat. Yeah, it is quite an interesting time to be alive, if you could say the least, right? Ooh, all the things that are coming in. That's the cool thing, though, y'all, is God's already won this war, right? God has already won the war that I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get real with y'all. No joke. I'm at the point because like I know what's to come. Like I've seen it, and the mainstream media and all the things, all the dark entities, they're trying so hard to like shun everybody out, to be like, no, don't talk about it. No, nothing to see here. Like running away. Y'all, I don't want to like punch them in the face where like the face is all broke, right? I just want to punch them like right here, like right in their septum area and just their knuckles and just make them cry and cry and cry because they have been so awful. Like all this fear mongering crap they're shoving down people's throat. Oh, Biden. Y'all, this is a beautiful 5D chess game, all right? Let me tell y'all, this is a beautiful 5D chess game that is being played. And we already won, okay? We already won, y'all. I want to punch them in the nose every time I see anything come across. I've just like had it with mainstream media because I'm like, I don't even want to like acknowledge you anymore. And not in the fact that they are pushing, or I guess don't exist, not in like no, actually I do, because at this point they're being fucking stupid. I'm sorry, no, not even trying to be nice. They're being so stupid and they are doing horrible, awful things, shoving the false narrative. Like it's fucking with people. It is, people are dying. Like I have heard so many of like the suicide rates because of COVID lockdowns. COVID is real, but it was one, I've already personally watched 2 different interviews with these scientists who fled from Wuhan, right? And she was talking about how she witnessed it being utilized in their lab. Now, there's some other reports that it might have generated somewhere else. I don't have enough on that, but I have seen that because she came here seeking asylum, right? And I've seen her talk twice. And after the first time in June, when I first saw her, how shortly thereafter I saw POTUS talking about CCP, right? I was like, oh shit, this is really something. And I just watch the ground game, right? I always talk about watch the ground game because what's going on on the ground, your air traffic control, HempWerx has been like hitting it up hot. I love it. I was naval aviation on the Sierras, the hotels, and the Foxtrot H-60s out in Coronado. Like, it makes me so happy. Just the smell, it's like so just like tempting, right? Not tempting, but like you're drawn to it. You're like, it's, anyone who is in that position, they'll totally understand. Everyone else is going to think I'm crazy, whatever. Anyways, and so, now I forgot what we were talking about. Damn it. I'm like, I went on a tangent. HempWerx, that's right. So he has been going deep, and like I like that he lays it out super simple because like I can track most of what he's talking about pretty easy. But for the person who's not used to that stuff, they won't. And he breaks it down really well. And so ground traffic, surfing Santa, she's one of my favorites. She's always got kind of like the up and up, and everything going on the ground, right? Where are the places to look? Stop focusing on the mainstream, right? And take it with a grain of salt. Take it with how it resonates with you. I always tell people when I pray on it, right? Meditate. And we're going to do some of that today. I got my smudge sticks, y'all. We're going to do a little prayer at the end. Because smudging, I know I'm getting off on a tangent. Y'all just going to bear with me, right? Smudging, cleansing your space, cleansing what's in your area. I mean, even your water bottles that you take to work, right? Coming into access because these dark energies, dark entities do attach themselves to inanimate objects as they get moved around because with the intent of trying to harm you and your family, right? Like that shit's very real. And we're going to talk about how to cleanse it. My quick drop last night, right? My quick drops for deep thoughts. That was talking about smudging, and also one of the books I personally use, The Power of the Psalms. And I mean, this is what I'm talking about, that 5D chess. Everyone, I know I'm getting off another tangent, but everyone talks about, right? They're so in that fear, like mongering, or it's not fear mongering, that's you doing the thing, but they're stuck in this fear vibration because of the fear mongering, because they're attacking them, right? Everyone else, or probably yourselves, or maybe you guys are kind of veering off away from that and learning, or maybe you're like, oh yeah, this shit's old news. I've been at this for years. Like, this is nothing, this is nothing new. And then there's other people who are just so scared and all they do is listen to CNN. That's literally it. Imagine, like I had to put myself in their shoes. I'm like, yeah, if all I watched, because maybe I don't know better, maybe that's what my parents watch, whatever the case may be. If that is all you have been witness to, yeah, we absolutely would have. I think if I felt like that was the truth, I would be really freaked out. And it's like, now it's like making my heart hurt just thinking about it because I know that there's people out there that are in that vibration. They are in that depth, in that despair. That's why the suicide rates are so high, y'all. suicide rates are so high with this COVID shit. Yes, it's real. I do from all the groundwork I've seen and like listened to and stuff. Yeah, it was bioengineered with the intent. And that's what I've been talking about for a minute. If you were the elites, right, you don't give a shit about nobody. Because if it ain't for me, it ain't, right? Mindset, literally doing some horrible things to individuals. That's on a whole video. But there's a lot of really, really dark, disgusting things that have been happening, right? That's these people. And if they can take over the world and they've got control so things stay how they are, so they stay nice and cozy with whatever entities they are aligned with, you got to make sure you're looking at it from that perspective, right? You can't look at it at your perspective. I can't even like just talk about it outright. Like it makes me sick. It makes I just want to throw up, right? It genuinely makes me sick. And so kids are home. Hey. My baby just turned 10 yesterday. Oh, y'all. Oh, she is my oldest and she just turned 10 and I told her this. Anyone who's got pain in their hips and everything else, how shit just gives out, I know you know what I'm talking about. She just turned 10 yesterday. It's over here somewhere. Don't turn it on, please. Leave it alone. Abigail. But yeah, and so where were we? I don't even remember now. Fuck. See? Damn, lost it again. Dog treats. Faith, 5D chess. That's right. 5D chess. It really is. Going back to the Psalms and how they literally lay out the Bible, there's so much. There's a lot of research I've done that there's more books, that there's lost books essentially to the Bible, that there's more to it. There's a lot of evidence I found that supports that. What exactly they are and what they contain is still I haven't figured out all of those details yet, but I will talk about that as soon as I do. No, I will tell her happy birthday. Thank you guys. She is something else, y'all. She is literally my mini me. So I am teaching her, anyone who has raised or is raising independent, fiery children, but she's got this just beautiful passion. She always draws to the one that's kind of off the side. And she's like, oh, I want to love on you. Just pure, right? I love it. But she's got a mouth. And so we're learning to control. We're learning to control mom too. This is, ooh. Y'all ever want to strangle out your kids so bad you have to force yourself to laugh so you don't do something stupid? Because they did. We're already there.
Do I get my handcuffs back today?
No, baby. Go, please.
It's tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow, Saturday. Christmas break only just begun. I'm going to grab my lunch, speaking of which, since the baby's down. But y'all, this game of chess, it's beautiful. And we're on the street that I've been following for a minute. Back in September, I think it was. I have to double check. Don't quote me on that. There was this massive ground movement in China of the Chinese people getting liberated and doing away with the CCP. And there's more ground game to support that they are actively doing it. Oh, I'm so fucking pumped. Seriously. This game we're in essentially showed me, I've heard people call it whatever you want, because reality is, I think this is a hard thing for most people to cope with. And so, anyone who's had any high intense job knows that dark humor, and just you have to make light of it. Not that you don't take it seriously. Please don't mix it as that. But that you have a more lighthearted spirit about it, because some of the shit you gotta see do, all of these things is so intense that I feel like if you're not conditioned to deal with it mentally, right, it's going to be so hard and too much for most to deal with. So most people end up committing suicide. Look at the shit that's going on right now. They think the lockdowns, not the lockdowns. They are forcing lockdowns, trying to force people to think that it's like COVID is so deadly. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. If COVID is that fucking deadly, why aren't we seeing bodies lined up in the streets? You know? Why aren't we seeing people dead everywhere? The homeless population, they don't have proper medical care. They are probably, a lot of them tend to have some experience with like, what do you call it? Like they'll have mental illness, like schizophrenia, things like that. They might have addiction problems, and that's how they get there, right? So their medical care is probably, I'm willing to bet, not a lot because I'm not a big betting person, I don't do all that, but I'm willing to bet that they probably have, at least 95% of them have no medical care. Maybe 5% of them have half-assed, right? Excuse me, hold on. Okay, I know. He's just, man, he's on one today. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Just stay in the front of the house, please. Amazing. I love it. And that's my other boy. He loves aviation. He's so excited. He's like got that engineering brain, so it's like trying to find the foster. Once he gets his Christmas gift, I'll have to show y'all some products because it's amazing. I think he's gonna love it. Anyways, but yeah, so I don't know when to focus on. Damn it, see, I always lose my damn space. Y'all gotta help me out here.
Your tennis court is right here.
I know, baby. Thank you. Kids, Christmas break. This is killing me. But oh yeah, so the COVID thing, right? So we're being forced to lock down, and I'm sorry, but y'all, I would be seeing people dead in the streets, at least when I go into big cities. Talk about that homeless population, or at least seeing like massive medical police presence because, you know, they're hauling the bodies off if they're trying to keep it clean. I'm just saying, if this was that bad, right? And I know there's some people who've gotten sick, but at the same time, tell me why my own mother, who just retired as an RN from Sacramento area, was telling me how 3 years ago, 2018, y'all, that was almost 3 years ago because it was February. Holy shit. That feels like it was like yesterday. Anyways, yeah, how like in Los Angeles County, in their regular paper, they had literally front page news of the flu, the seasonal flu was so bad that they had, like, you know, you see in like your ward, right? There are all the tents and stuff set up, and they had everything quarantined and segregated, right? Because there was so much flu and people were dying. And I'm not making light of it. Like, I know that people have died to it. But then the CDC just came out, what was it, earlier this week, I think? 130,000 plus that were labeled as dead by COVID, but they actually died of other things, not COVID. And how they were breaking protocol, excuse me, of doing all these autopsies after the fact when that's never been the protocol before. They don't test for flu postmortem. They don't test for these things. And this is coming from medical professionals talking about this is weird. They don't do this normally. Where do you look to? The ground traffic. And so I'm not saying 100% is true. I'm saying pray on it and see what resonates and let that truth find you. Because when we go into that frequency, we're grounding, right? I was joking, I'm always barefoot. But except when I'm cold, and it's been cold, y'all. It's so cold in Texas. People don't think it gets cold here because it's Texas, but I mean, like 25 degrees. Oh no, thank you. My car was frozen. Not a fan, but grounding into it, right, and finding that vibration. You will, even just sitting in it, just sitting in that vibration where you are at peace and you're grounded and you're just aligned, right? Just sit in it and everything will find you the way it's supposed to be, right? And just trust what comes to you. If some random download of information comes to you, write it down and take it with a grain of salt. But then when you start to trust your intuition, you start trusting your gut and things start vibrating to you because you're vibrating higher. Your soul is more at peace. You are more grounded, right? Then you are able to find the truth as it'll just find you. And you'll start waking up. And that's seriously, when you talk about people who, aren't awake, don't know what's going on. Meditation. I have a group. It should be in the description. I'll double check it, make sure everything's in there. Because I gotta add some stuff like this onto it. But y'all get in that group, let's start motivating each other, start talking to each other, let's start being each other's accountability, because we've got to lift each other up, right? We've got to be there for each other. And I want these nights, like meditation, that is the greatest way to come across it, right? That is the greatest thing to do this. And that's why we're trying to set this up, have a bunch of movement with it. Y'all, it's going to be so good. Oh, I'm excited. Like, I keep seeing all of these things, just like these, and like that, oh my gosh, my visions, right? Talk about vulnerability. Y'all, it's been so hard for me to step into that. And I've been looking at this since 2016. No, 2006. Oh my gosh, 2006. That was over 15 years ago almost. That's a long time. It doesn't feel like it. I don't know about y'all, but like it literally feels like it was just yesterday, and I have to always like consciously think, no, how far back was that, right? Can I get an amen? Because I know that's always happening for me, right? But just trying to grow in that with God, right? Trying to figure out, what did you bring me here to do? What did you gift me with? Why am I here, and what am I supposed to do, right? And I thought, and I mean, mind you, I was so, how much shit together, I wasn't super worried. I think it just said it kicked me off. I don't know. So, like, I didn't party, I didn't do drugs, I didn't do anything, right? And I'm having these visions, and I'm just like, immersed, right? I was talking about it the other day, that immersion, that just knowing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, someone spike my sippy. Yeah. And I just like, right? Like, you're just freaking out. What is going on? What am I seeing? Like, what was that? And looking back, just, I didn't grow up in church. Right? I've been to a couple of Catholic churches as a kid, but it was more so like going with friends' family. Y'all, that is one of the places I've always just felt unwell in. And it's not hate. I'm not hating on Catholic people. I think this is like, that's part of that brainwashing, right? People who have been so conditioned because their families were conditioned and this was conditioned, and it started out from what I understand, and if I'm wrong, please let me know, like, hit it up in the chat, please, and let me know if I'm wrong. But Catholicism actually started from a pretty pure place. Like, it wasn't bad when it was created. It was turned into something bad. Just like the Democratic Party. I'm an independent, y'all. I did vote for Trump. Not ashamed to say it. I voted for him in 2016. Not afraid to say it, because I knew Hillary, that evil witch, I knew what her shit was up to. And I didn't know back then what I know today, not even by a fraction, let me tell you. But even then, just like, there's something super evil about that woman. And her policies were horrible. Like, there's no sane way, like any way that any sane person could be like, yeah, that's what I want. And everyone's like, oh, it's the first woman president. And I was like, no, don't be, because that's going to hit on all of us good, hardworking women. Like, that is the worst reason to vote for someone. And I should know. I can't believe I'm going to admit this. I voted for Barack Obama back in 2008, right? First time voting. And I was so pumped to have a black man. I was like, yeah, let's do this shit. Like, because I had seen the things that needed to happen, and like the things that had happened in like a lot of the black communities, right? I have biracial children. I don't think that's like super surprising, but I'm being like that. I was involved, but I mean, like, you see these things, and it's like, man, like, this is simple ways out. If you actually, we helped out, right? Yeah, let's do this shit. And but I registered. Even back then, I registered initially as an independent because, I'm not gonna lie, the Democratic and Republican parties reminded me of the Crips and Bloods, the gangs. And I was like, oh, I ain't trying to have none of that shit. And that was, 18, right? You're 18. Feels like forever ago, but it just, yeah. So I registered independent. I was like, I can't be part of that shit. Like, no. But yeah, I voted for Trump. Absolutely. His policies have been dead on. I knew it back in 2016. I loved it. I loved his energy. Absolutely. And the Democratic Party, the people, the good brunt of that part of the people, y'all, you didn't leave your party or show this to someone or click, I don't care. Or tell this, just use my words, right? Tell this to these people. Like, y'all didn't leave your party. You're not bad people. I genuinely think your heart is in the right place, but you have been misled. I don't think I would use brainwash. It's a little bit of an intense word. People could be like all defense, but like, I feel like you've been misled by those you placed your trust in, because at one point in time you could trust them, right? They weren't always bad. For at least about 100 years almost, 1930s was the real pop off, y'all. Like, real pop off, like with just like all the things, all the different facets they put their hands in: the government, the military, the finances, the people, I digress. Anyways, so they just, all of that popped off. And so it's been about 100 years. They've been conditioning people for over 100 years. And here we are just believing these things because we were raised to believe them. We were conditioned, right? You've conditioned enough people. Word of mouth is still the number one way to promote anything, right? And so because of that, like, we are voices. That is one of the most beautiful things I love about living in the United States of America, y'all. I have been so ready. Like, we've been talking to people, organizing with people, like making connections with people, because realistically, I don't know how bad things are going to get. I truly don't. I talked about it the other day that, like, I think that in certain areas, it's going to get really bad. And if you can, it might be wise to go out to somewhere safe. But in other places, it may not. But then tell me why solar winds got taken down in Austin, Texas, y'all. Like, I was so excited. I was sitting there, I was partying because, y'all, that's my home. This is my home. This is, like, I'll have to go get Rosetta and Delilah out, my girls. Whew. My tactical video.
What?
I know, I don't ever bring her out for you children to see because that's bad parenting. My birthday present to myself early this year. We're ready. We're absolutely ready. And should it happen? Shit, come on. We here in Texas, like, we're protected. You want to come into my house? Absolutely. I will be happy to meet you. It's the best thing about having a security system and dogs. Wake up to everything. It's beautiful. And I pray to God that it doesn't get that bad. I really, truly do. Because, y'all, what was it? One of my pilots always told me, he said the best pilots know what to do when shit gets bad, but they never have to use their skills. Why? Because they were able to manage the risks as they came through. They were able to handle them, so it never got that bad. And I truly, humbly, wholeheartedly, y'all, pray to God that it's just all one's clean swoop, right? Nowhere has to get to that point that they feel or have to, like we saw over the summer, protect with weapons, like real shit. My concealed carry weapon, she's a Walker CCP, Delilah. She's in my room where I sleep right now, but yeah, it's good to be comfortable. I'm not a crazy gun fanatic, never have been, but you need to have a relationship with it, right? Have that relationship, work out that relationship, tend to that relationship, and have a comfortable outlet should you ever be in that compromised position, right? One of the things I love about where we live is that my children, knock it off. My children have armed police officers that are at their schools. I absolutely believe in that. I guarantee you all these retired veterans who really don't know what to do with themselves, hire them. They will absolutely come, open carry and all. Trust me. And they would probably even volunteer their time, not gonna lie. But a lot of times it's hard for them to connect because they may not have school-age kids. Most of them don't, right? So it's kind of weird to be like this random dude, especially men, like, just have that, not that they have that misconception where it's kind of like weird, especially if women can kind of get away with it, but random men coming up that don't have their children going to that school would be a little weird. But that's the problem, is that stigma is there, right? It's not weird if you're going there for a reason. Just saying, they would absolutely be willing to volunteer their time. We went off on so many tangents. Sorry, y'all, I can't keep straight that. We did get back to this. We are going to hurry up and pray because I'm trying to get off here. I'm trying to take up any more of you guys' lunch hour. Give these to my girls because they're getting antsy over there. They got shit to do. We're going to do a meditation and we'll wrap up. I'm going to go put those out back. All right, let's go get the girls. Say hi to the bunny. Of course, they're going to go over to the single one. They're super pregnant. Their babies will be here soon, and we'll be doing puppy yoga and all the things in our whelping room. So be on the lookout for that. We are going to do our meditations. Thank you. They're Pomskis. I love them. We do all of our artificial inseminations. So I do all their lab work. I do all their AIs. I am going to bring my little Pomeranian studs on here next week. I got some other fun stuff for them. So yeah, we'll be seeing a lot of my dogs and my horses, and it'll be good. My ducks, therapy ducks, they're so fun. Our ranch is so much fun. Like, I love being able to share it with people, ideally in person, because there's just that relationship, that there's that energetic connection, right? That's the one negative thing about the internet and everything else, is that it's that energetic connection that you have with people. You don't really have it as much. This is helpful. I love this, like being able to live chat with y'all. It's super awesome. But it is not the same. And so I love being able to share this space with people. It's amazing. So anyone in the Georgetown, Texas area, we're going to be launching some more stuff after that. We're just getting through the Christmas holiday, and we'll be having some more stuff. I'm excited. So these we talked about the other day. I'm not no paid promotion, but this was one of the places I found. I loved her stuff. Local artisan. And so you can get on there with her stuff, but sage sticks, ideally smudging sticks. And so ideally, if you know you're going to smudge, I've always found best to pull, because the packaging should be, operative word, should be meant to keep your stuff nice and so it doesn't dry out, but you want it a little bit dry. Hey, birthday girl, they were saying happy birthday to you.
Who was?
All these people. Can you say thank you?
Thank you. Who are these people again?
Just amazing people who are on their own journeys and joining us for some lunchtime talk. She's like, okay, yeah. All right, bye. So if you are in a rush and you want to like extra dry, you can take a blow dryer to it on the high heat setting. If you can hold it, take like a towel over your hand or something and hold onto it and blow dry it. That can also help dry it out in a quick or in a jiff. But I already pulled this one out a little bit. It burns hotter and it gets to a more smoky, pure flame, or the smoke, right? Hey, grab me my my container over there for this. And it should have like this beautiful, like fragrant smell. You can open your windows up in your house before. It's like 40-something degrees outside. My windows are not open until I need them personally, but you do you wherever you're at. For all I know, you might be sitting somewhere in Hawaii or Mexico where it's nice and warm, and it would feel lovely to do that. No, baby, not right now. Yeah, her birthday we did little bundt cakes. They were super cute.
If you were here in person, I'll let you have one.
Right? You guys want to do a meditation with me? Come do it with me. Oh, whoa.
It's spaghetti.
Oh.
What? Oh.
Anyone who's got kids actively in the home, I know y'all feel my pain. It is literally impossible to have a completely quiet house. And y'all feeling that struggle of, oh, thank you. Anyone else have that struggle with that work from home on videos, like conversations with people, and where you actually do need it quiet because that's part of like the job requirement? The dog starts barking. Oh, thank God I don't work like in retail or something, or like a call center, because I always tell my clients, I'm like, heads up, like you're gonna hear, I'm sorry. And so all my clients are cool. I haven't had anyone like super rude about it. Hey, you guys need to vacate the room so I can do a meditation if you're not going to join me. You have 20 seconds to vacate the room and make it quiet so I can do a meditation. So that means come get your food and get out of here, please. Now. With a quickness, thank you. You want to know what's fantastic?
What?
Oh, I wasn't talking to you, but you can learn this too because you should learn it one day. If you've raised children, training a puppy is literally a piece of cake. They're one and the same. No.
No, it's not one of them.
Yes. Thank you for asking, sir. Yeah, because they're dogs. All right, y'all. So, if you can, I want you guys to close your eyes and take a deep breath. And let it out. Take a deep breath in. And let it out. Relax your body. Shake out what feels good. Deep breath in. And let it out. Deep breath in. Let it out. If your smudge started going out, because mine did, make sure you relight it so you have a good bellow smoke. What would y'all call it? So when you guys are smudging your space, right, you want to have an area, an exit, hence the windows open, front doors open if you can. And you want to have an exit for anything that is not serving you or your family for its highest good. You want to give them an escape route because you're going to literally be telling them you need to leave. It doesn't matter. I've had some people, can I say out? I'm like, yes, I don't care. You can say it however you want. But the biggest thing that your message needs to contain is that anything that isn't like of light, of peace, of prosperity, of cleanliness, of pureness, you can add all the things, right? That is not of absolute positive intent. However you create the words, doesn't matter. Anything that is not of love and light and for my highest vibration, that's what I say, generally. Unless there's like something specific I need to get to and I know what it's called. I'm calling it out, that type of thing. But, use that for you. If that's, we're starting this, if you don't know where to start, please, by all means, I have no qualms about anyone using the things I do. That's why I love to share this, because I want you guys to be able to use this, see this, and use this to the best of your ability, right? For how it serves you to cleanse your space for your highest vibration. That's why we're doing this, right? I gotta stop talking. I hate this. Tell me to stop talking because it keeps going on. And so anything that is not of love and light and for mine and my family's highest vibration, be gone, right? You need to tell it to leave. That's the second part. Be gone, for you are not welcome here. One of my friends, she's like, I'm just gonna tell you. Cool, do you, boo. Whatever serves your highest good. Anything that is not of the highest vibration, the highest good, the purest source, and that it needs to leave, are what you need to make sure you talk about, right? And then when you open up anytime you enter a room, you need to have the doors open, the windows open, anything like that, so the spirits, the entities, the anything not positive energies can vacate the home, vacate the area, work, right? Do it everywhere you're at, because everything can find its way to you, and you need to be cleansing often. I do it at least monthly for maintenance. Lately, the last 2 months, it's been super heavy, so I went up from my 6 to my 12 box because I've already been digging deep into it. I've had to cleanse so much, just so much warfare, but it's just like whenever something comes at me, y'all, one of the beautiful things I have learned, God has shown me, is do not sit there as woe is me. Sit there and say, God, what can I learn from this? How can I be better from this? Because I don't want to have to do this again. I want to learn it on the first time. So what do I need to learn? What do I need to see? What do I need to do to learn this lesson so that I never have to come here again, and I can take that and be used into my greatness, right? Whatever your greatness and your calling and your, that type of thing, right? Utilize it. Pretty sure everyone just left, so I'll show you guys. And so starting at your front door, right, is commonly recommended. You guys can start wherever. You can look it up online if you're forgetting or whatever, exactly. There's no real steps as to what to do. You want to have a starting place. Circle talks about completions, wholeness, all of that. I always say go into a circle, have some sort of dish, right? This is my little abalone shell. Have some sort of container to catch the ash and stuff. I use a lighter. Use whatever fire source you can conjure up, right? And so starting at your front door, we're going to go to my front door. Actually, we'll go to if you have a mudroom, starting your mudroom, the first point of entry into your space. And so y'all are just going to come out to the first point of entry into your home, and it's my mudroom. My dogs. Hi. This is what's cool. This is actually part of, show you. This is actually part of our puppy area, and our puppies go out this way into the front door, so they learn the dog door and everything else. It's so much fun. We'll be seeing them soon when they get big enough. So you guys are going to come over to your first point of entry and creating complete circles with your sage stick, going through your mantra, whatever it is you're trying to set. And for me, anything that is not of love and light and for my highest vibration, be gone, for you are not welcome here. And what you guys are going to do is you're going to go through your whole house, right? You guys are, excuse my house because I was not expecting this to go on a tour, but here we go. From the front door, making the different circles, going through all of the different bedrooms to where you go, like even in the laundry room. These are my boys' rooms, the bathroom, the game room, back through here, and just making a big complete circle, right? Coming back to the kitchen. And so can be, every bit of that if you want, or at the very least creating some sort of circle, coming back to that wholeness and completion, right? I always love, it's so just relaxing, the sage is, and just I always love when my house has been cleansed, because you'll literally feel good. And if you don't, that is an indication that you've got a lot of heavy energy and you might actually have to go back. I always tell people, just listen to what your gut is saying. Listen to where you're being drawn to. Listen to where you are being spoken to. And let that be your guide, right? I don't know about y'all, but for me, I was rooted back in my childhood. I had developed this really negative mindset that mantra was so dark and it was just ugly. But it was pain, y'all. It wasn't even like me trying to be a bad person. It's because I was hurting, y'all. And when you are in that space where you have someone in your home who is in that space, those energies are so heavy. Like when my daughter starts to get to run her mouth, I'll just tell them, you need to leave and go to your rooms, because I need a break, right? I need to cleanse my energy because you just so deeply infiltrated. That's not allowed. You are not allowed to infiltrate my energy space. Y'all need to go on out with that and go to your room or something, because it's ridiculous, right? But it's so powerful. And so things like that, follow your guide as to your gut, your intuition. Follow what you set your body and intuition says to go cleanse, right? Go clean, go purify, and it might have to be a couple of times, really big. My shit's about to go out because I keep talking. But get those thick clouds. And do mind your smoke detectors, because I have set mine off before. And definitely turn on fans. It does help spread the smoke around. Also keeps the smoke alarms from going off. So, but yeah, we will be back on Wednesdays. I hope we've got stuff going on. If I'm not able to go live because I don't know what was going on Wednesday, but I have been censored on other platforms. You'll see other places we've been building. We're still in a lot of migration, so it's a little choppy, but we're building onto it. They're in the description, the links, so you guys check that out. Follow us and give us a minute and we'll get everything migrated over, because we've got a lot of really good stuff, a lot of really good playlists, light work, music therapy, literally helping to restructure on a cellular level. We're going to talk about that at another time. I'm going to be doing a bunch more videos, just really getting detail into it, because when I was working on my gift that God had instructed me to do, I was so scared for so long, up until probably the last 2 years. Really just was I'm a little worried. I only kept it in that inner circle, my prayer, intercessory prayer teams and stuff. I spoke among them. I felt safe to do that. And it was always confirmed, but I always had this fear when I would step outside that bubble, if you will. And yeah, it was hard. And so I want to make sure I continue to bring you guys fantastic playlists that are full of a lot of really good information. And so, yeah, we'll see you guys later. It was good chatting with you guys, having lunch with y'all on this Friday, Christmas break, start of it. Yeah, it's okay. See you later.